Picture yourself going back in time to the golden age of television, when comedy ruled the air and everyone had very wide shoulders and much more long hair. We were blessed with a plethora of classic comedies in the 1980s, and it's safe to say that the iconic ladies who brought us all to tears and laughter throughout these unforgettable moments were the main characters of these beloved sitcoms. But what really happened to these celebs when the cameras were turned off? Join us as we take you on a fun and enlightening tour through the looks and personal histories of our favorite 1980s ladies. Discover these legendary women's transformations, successes, and shifts as we dig into iconic 80s sitcom actresses and how they look now, from the red carpets to the lit sets. Danica McKellar, then. In 1988, Danica McKellar was cast as the lead in The Wonder Years, a television series that ran until 1993. At the age of 12, McKellar attended acting classes on the weekends at the Lee Strasberg Institute in Los Angeles, where she met Jimmy Fallon, who declared her character Winnie Cooper as the coolest girl in any TV show ever. In the ABC comedy, McKellar played Fred Savage's friend. The encounter was just as terrifying as it seems. Danica McKellar now. After leaving The Wonder Years, Danica McKellar has spoken out about how challenging it was for her to make the switch from being a child actress to an adult actor. She's been able to work, albeit often for short runs of many seasons, in small supporting roles. In 2005, McKellar said she was looking for grittier positions. Apart from her performance career, McKellar has authored 4 books that piqued children's interest in mathematics throughout their middle school years. Nicole Eggert, then. Nicole Eggert landed her first role in the film Rich and Famous when she was 8 years old. In the same year, Eggert voiced Margaret in Dennis the Menace's first animated adaptation, Dennis the Menace in Mayday for Mother. Eggert often appeared on Who's the Boss, thus she was familiar with 1980s humor. She was good friends with Alyssa Milano's character before landing her most famous role as Jamie Powell on Charles in Charge. Nicole Eggert now. Following the 1990 season finale of Charles in Charge, Nicole Eggert quit the show to work as a lifeguard on Baywatch. She's starred in many made-for-TV and straight-to-movie videos, presented the 1989 Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards, and appeared as a guest on the Super Mario Bros. Wonderful Show. Previously, Eggert has made cameo appearances on television shows such as Gilmore Girls, Boy Meets World, and the 2010 season of Celebrity Fit Club. In 2014, Eggert launched her own ice cream truck business. Priscilla Barnes, then. Priscilla Barnes' big break occurred in 1973 when she was discovered by Bob Hope at a local fashion show. Soon after, she moved to Los Angeles, where she began to get small parts in films such as The Seniors, Delta Fox, and the new original Wonder Woman. In 1981, Barnes was brought on as Terry Alden, Suzanne Summers' long-term stand-in on Three's Company. Barnes had previously had trouble getting important roles, but as soon as she joined Three's Company, she became instantly recognizable. Priscilla Barnes now. On E!, Priscilla Barnes was present in 1998. She said in a Real Hollywood Tale that the 3 years she worked on Three's Company were the worst years of her life, that she was always uncomfortable on the set, and that she even asked to have her contract released, a request that was denied. Though she's found success on her own, gaining recurrent supporting roles in both movies and television series, Terry Alden will always be Barnes' most well-known character. Geena Davis, then. Geena Davis's major break came in 1982. She worked as a model until director Sidney Pollack decided to cast her as a soap opera performer for his comedy film Tootsie. Following that, she played Wendy Killian in only 2 seasons of the short-lived local TV sitcom Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill ran his business from 1983 until 1984. In addition, toward the beginning of her career, Davis made cameos on episodes of Knight Rider, Family Ties, Riptide, and Remington Steele. Geena Davis now. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, Geena Davis transitioned from television to the big screen, with successful appearances in Fletch, The Fly, and Beetlejuice. With her role in The Accidental Tourist in 1988, Davis won the Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Davis disappeared from television in the 1990s, but she made a comeback in 2000 for 22 episodes of her own show, The Geena Davis Show. In recent years, Davis has appeared in many low-budget movies such as Stuart Little and Commander-in-Chief. Soleil Moon Frye, then. Soleil Moon Frye began her acting career at the age of 2. Her first television movie, Missing Children, A Mother's Story, debuted in 1982. Frye continued to appear in made-for-TV movies until she landed the role that solidified her reputation as a young performer. At the age of 7, Frye beat out 3,000 girls in an audition for the main role of NBC's Punky Brewster. Children loved Punky, portrayed by Frye, even if the program struggled with ratings. Soleil Moon Frye, now. Punky Brewster was canceled after only 2 seasons on NBC and picked up by Columbia Pictures Television, where it ran for an additional 2 years. Soleil Moon Frye has also done a lot of voice acting, such as playing Zoe in The Proud Family and the lead in It's Punky Brewster. She appeared in a few comedy appearances throughout the 1990s. She added writing and directing to her resume more recently. Marissa Tomei, then. Marissa Tomei began her career as an actress after dropping out of Boston University to take a temporary position on the CBS soap opera As the World Turns from 1983 to 1985. She portrayed Marcy Thompson, a tense teenager who accused Dr. Bob Hughes of engaging in an improper manner. Following that, Tomei landed a regular role on the spin-off of The Cosby Show called A Different World. She portrayed Maggie Lawton in 21 episodes before moving on to bigger and better things in 1987. Marissa Tomei, now. One of the most well-known and active actors on our list, Marissa Tomei has a lengthy career in the film industry, having acted in almost all the major motion pictures made since the 1990s. Her most well-known parts are the 1992 film My Cousin Vinny, the 2003 film Anger Management, the 2008 film The Wrestler, and the 2016 picture Captain America: Civil War. With 2 2018 movies in post-production and over 20 major film awards under her belt, Tomei is certainly not slowing down. Nancy McKeon, then. Before Nancy McKeon's breakthrough, she and her brother Philip starred in a number of ads. She also had a few cameos in soap operas throughout the 1970s before moving to Los Angeles with her family in 1975. A casting director was intrigued by McKeon's ability to cry on cue in a Hallmark greeting card advertisement, and she was cast as the tomboy Jo on The Facts of Life. In The Facts of Life, McKeon plays a mischievous, irascible, and yet oddly lovable character named Jo. Nancy McKeon, now. Nancy McKeon was a candidate for the main role in the television series Working Girls after starring as Jo on The Facts of Life. The part was given to Sandra Bullock, who was unknown at the time. In 1994, McKeon made another attempt at acting and came very close to landing the role of Courtney Cox's Monica Geller in the show Friends. A year later, McKeon starred in the one-season television sitcom Can't Hurry Love. In the 2011 TV film Love Begins, she also starred. Justine Bateman, then. Justine, the older sister of Jason Bateman, began her acting career on the television series Family Ties, where she portrayed the shallow Mallory Keaton from 1982 until 1989. She co-anchored a 1988 episode of Saturday Night Live, and while on the comedy series, she had cameos on Tales from the Dark Side and It's Your Move in 1984. Mallory Keaton has a long and successful acting career, but this role will always be her most remembered. Justine Bateman, now. Following Family Ties, Justine Bateman has great success in theater, television, and film industries. Throughout the 1990s, she had cameos and main roles in many TV shows, including Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, and Men Behaving Badly. Bateman had several television appearances in the 1990s and 2000s, most notably in episodes of Californication, Modern Family, Psych, Desperate Housewives, Rugrats, and Arrested Development. In addition to acting, Bateman has continued to be involved in writing, producing, and directing. Ham Dauber, then. Ham Dauber became well-known in two different sitcoms in the 1980s. After acting as Mindy McConnell with the then-unknown Robin Williams in Mork and Mindy from 1978 to 1982, she played Samantha Russell in My Sister Sam from 1986 to 1988. Ham Dauber now. Ham Dauber's appeared in many movies, even though her work on television is what's garnered her most recognition. These include the films Stay Tuned in 1992 and I'll Remember April in 1999. Dauber once again worked with the late Robin Williams on a comedic episode of The Crazy Ones in 2014. Her most recent endeavor was this one. Sadly, this show was discontinued shortly after that. She also made a cameo appearance in a 2016 episode of The Odd Couple. Olivia d'Abo, then. Olivia d'Abo made her acting debut in the 1984 film Conan the Destroyer, but her most well-known role is perhaps that of Kevin Arnold's rebellious older sister in The Wonder Years. Subsequently, d'Abo acted in the love drama Bolero, which had mixed reviews from reviewers. Next, d'Abo portrayed hippie Karen Arnold in The Wonder Years' first 4 seasons. Later, in the last 2 seasons of the program, she made 2 brief cameos. Olivia d'Abo now. d'Abo's been on television once more since her time on The Wonder Years. She's made quick cameos in episodes of Eureka, Law & Order: Criminal Intent, The Twilight Zone, and Star Trek: The Next Generation. In addition, she's performed on Broadway, voiced characters for many video games and animated series, and secured supporting roles in films such as The Big Green, Greedy, and The Spirit of 76. Olivia d'Abo is a gifted individual who has broadened her interest to include music and a weekly podcast. Donna Dixon, then. Before rising to fame as a comedian, blonde beauty Donna Dixon represented the state of Virginia in the 1976 Miss USA beauty pageant, where she was defeated. In the Miss USA beauty pageant 1 year later, Dixon represented the District of Columbia and took home the first runner-up title. In the ABC sitcom Bosom Buddies, she co-starred with Tom Hanks and Peter Scolari, landing her first notable television role. Bosom Buddies ran for 2 seasons from 1980 to 1982. Donna Dixon now. Donna Dixon played the lead in the film Dr. Detroit, her first appearance after the cancellation of Bosom Buddies. During the 1983 comedy's production, Dixon came to know Dan Aykroyd and eventually married him. The two would go on to work together on other films and TV shows. Dixon appeared in movies such as Wayne's World, Exit to Eden, Spies Like Us, Twilight Zone the movie, and The Nanny throughout her 17-year career. After retiring in 1997, she had 3 different children with Aykroyd. Mindy Cohn, then. In 1979, Mindy Cohn joined the cast of The Facts of Life, where she portrayed Natalie Green, an Edna Garrett student. Up until 1988, Cohn kept making appearances in the comedy. Her depiction of Natalie broke several taboos, including adoption, relationships, and body image that earlier comedy would seldom address. Natalie Green, who said, "Who wants to be a slim pencil? Rather be a content magic marker, please," exhibited confidence and had a great self-image despite being well known for her large frame. Mindy Cohn now. Mindy Cohn's position as Natalie on The Facts of Life helped her rank 43rd on VH1's list of the 100 greatest kid stars. In 1986, Cohn featured in The Boy Who Could Fly after The Facts of Life. Additionally, she had several appearances in other well-known TV shows like 21 Jump Street and Charles in Charge. From 2002 until 2015, Cohn performed the voice of Velma Dinkley in the Scooby-Doo television series. She also played Thelma in the 2017 film Hollywood Dirt. Alyssa Milano, then. Alyssa Milano's babysitter brought her to an audition for a national tour of Annie when she was 7 years old. Her parents were surprised that she even showed up to the audition when she beat out over 1,500 other women for one of the 4 positions. After finishing the Annie tour, Milano's acting career really took off, and she starred in many TV commercials and off-Broadway productions before making her feature debut in Old Enough. She was later chosen for the Who's the Boss? ABC humor. Alyssa Milano now. Concerning Charles in Charge, when Alyssa Milano portrayed Tony Danza's daughter, Samantha Maselli, she became an adolescent idol. Milano, one of the most well-known people in our list, has remained involved in Hollywood by making appearances in music videos, animated movies, big-budget films, and television series. Her most well-known and recent roles have been in Hall Pass, New Year's Eve, My Name is Earl, Wet Hot American Summer, 10 Years Later, and the upcoming Netflix series Insatiable. Shelley Long, then. Chicago-based comic troupe The Second City is where Shelley Long got her start in performing. In 1975, she developed, produced, and co-hosted the local program Sorting It Out, for which she won 3 regional Emmys. Long also had brief cameos and advertisements throughout the 1970s, including one as a guest star on an episode of The Love Boat. Her breakout role came in the movie The Cracker Factory in 1979. She was given several fantastic opportunities as a result, the most well-known being her role as Diane Chambers on Cheers. Shelley Long now. After 5 seasons, Long left Cheers, claiming the show was too repetitive. Long's successful return to television came in 1990 when she played Trudy Chase in Voices Within, The Lives of Trudy Chase, after her appearance in the film Troop Beverly Hills, before returning to Cheers for the 1993 season finale. Long had a variety of jobs in the early 1990s. She starred as a guest star in many current television series and produced and acted in the 2016 film Different Flowers. Jane Curtin, then. Entertainer and comedian Jane Curtin made her Saturday Night Live debut in 1975 when she earned the moniker Queen of the Deadpan. SNL writer Al Franken praised Curtin for her strong moral character and work ethic. Curtin chose to remain on television, co-starring opposite Susan St. James as single mother Allie Lowell in Kate and Allie from 1984 to 1989, despite the fact that most SNL alumni go on to appear in feature films. Jane Curtin now. Jane Curtin followed Kate and Allie to the cast of another hit TV show, Third Rock from the Sun, in 1996. After that, she narrated 2 episodes of Understanding in 1997 and co-starred with Fred Savage in the short-lived ABC comedy Crumbs, which ran for only 13 episodes in 2006. Her most recent roles were the high-profile films I Love You Man and The Heat, as well as episodes of Broad City and The Good Wife. Susan St. James, then. At the age of 21, Susan St. James made her acting debut in the television series that aired 2 years after the release of the 1966 picture Fame is the Name of the Game. In the latter part of the 1960s, she appeared on television a few more times. When St. James had begun to make a name for herself as a TV star in the 70s, it wasn't until '84 when she landed a part in Kate and Allie that she really cemented her career as an actress. Susan St. James now. In 1986, Susan St. James took an unexpected job with Vince McMahon as a commentator for WrestleMania 2, a World Wrestling Federation event. With the comedy ending in 1989, St. James announced her acting retirement, even though she was nominated for 3 Emmy Awards over her 5 years with Kate and Allie. In recent years, St. James has participated actively in the Special Olympics. In addition, she has sometimes appeared on TV shows, including The Drew Carey Show and Law & Order SVU. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon